The goal of this short demo is to show you the groundbreaking capabilities of the AURO 3D codec. We try to do it with a very simple example. So this is the Pro Tools session in which we are going to just to combine two PCM tracks, and we're going to decode them as well and compare the decoded version with the original version. So here is the plugin. You see the plugin. You can create different speaker layouts. The concept is that the high channels are going to be mixed together with the lower channels, and you can just offset them because of the volume as well. If you're going to bring them together, perhaps you have an overload, yeah. So it's very important you can offset and mix it like you should normally create a down mix in, let's say, from 2 channels or 3 channels into 1 channel. Yeah. Now you see here as well a routing panel. That routing panel can break up till 14 tracks into the plugin. So as you know, Pro Tools is limited to 7.1 buses, so we had to create a solution to bring 14 channels into Pro Tools and less channels coming out. But we keep that still in the PCM domain. So let's make now an example just with 2 channels to understand how the concept works. And I took 2 different songs, and we're going to mix them and unmix them. So this is the first song on the left side.
Running through the rainbow, running through the sun, I feel the rain soft on my tongue.
Now the other song on the right side.
But Odin alone would choose the day they would enter Valhalla. And in their hour of need, he sent.
So I intentionally took 2 different songs that people don't think there is something optimized, let's say, because it's a coherent sound field. It can be 2 different languages, it doesn't matter, yeah. So I drag those ones as a stereo track now, on which, let's say, the plugin is inserted. Now we are going, you see here, these 2 channels is coming out as 1 mono channel. So it's going to be matrixed as 1 channel, but we have all the creative possibilities because we can use the faders as well to make that down mix between those 2 channels. So you see here the output of 1 and 2 is going to 1 channel out. It is still PCM. So on the next track here, we are going to we're going to record the output of that plugin. And we are going to use as well the fader automation. So I can say, okay, automate fader 1 and 2. And we will use the fader automation from Pro Tools to automate that plugin, which allows as well during the workflow to start the downmix capabilities and the downmix control, so that the 5.1 from a creative point of view is exactly the 5.1 which you want to create. Yeah, good. So let's go now to execute mode, and I will do some funny things in the downmix.
Running through the rain.
But Odin alone would choose the day they would enter Valhalla.
The rain soft
And in their
on
hour of
my
need,
tongue.
he
So you
sent
saw how I took out one song and then the other song. Yeah, normally you do not have to do so drastic things in the downmix, but just to show you the capabilities of the codec. Yeah, just play it back and it will repeat automatically my downmix.
Running through the rain.
But Odin alone would choose the day they would enter Valhalla.
The rain soft
And in their hour of need, he sent forth.
Good. So let's listen once more without this plugin, because what you heard was in fact already that mono track. Yeah, but to show it for clear, just listen only to that mono track.
running through the rain.
But Odin alone would choose the day they would enter Valhalla.
The rain soft
In their hour of need, he sent forth.
So this track is just PCM. So everybody can play it back on each device because PCM is the mandatory format on all devices. Yeah. But if you have the AURO 3D codec, the AURO 3D codec decoder can reveal from that mono track exactly the original file without all this downmix information. So we are going now to put over this mono track the AURO 3D decoder. And you see it's showing here that 1 track will be split again in the original 2 tracks. Because we stay in the PCM domain, we are going to record on the next 2 tracks the decoder tracks. Yeah. Good, so we go now in execute mode, and you see we hear again the original 2 tracks.
running through the rain.
But Odin alone would choose the day they would enter Valhalla.
The rain soft
And in their hour of need, he sent forth.
Good. So what is fantastic is the speed of this codec. Yeah, this is the original waveform, and this is the decoded waveform. You see it's exactly the same. There's only a latency from 2 samples. There is no latency compensation on this plugin installed now. So you see that's the real decoder time. The decoder takes only 1 sample for each channel. So for 2 channels means 2 samples. For 3 channels is just 3 samples. It is the fastest decoder ever. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the quality. Yeah. So we're going to sync now the original tracks with the decoder tracks, and then we are going to invert the original from the decoded version. So you see here, this is the original version. I drag that one to a channel going to bus 3 and 4. I take the 2 decoded tracks and I drag them here as well, going to bus 3 and 4. But I'm going to invert one of both tracks. Invert that channel, and that channel is now coming together here on that input. Yeah, and you will see that's it. So if I'm muting one channel, yeah, or if I mute the other one, you see it is about those channels. And you see there is no loss at all. High resolution quality in each channel. That's the groundbreaking capability of the AURO 3D codec and staying in the PCM domain.